Hey there writers, and welcome to my day in the life vlog. So I came up with this idea a little while ago, and it's a collaboration with lots of other authortubers just to show how even though we're all writers, our lives can be really different. We've got some people like me who are writers full-time, we've got others who have other full-time work or part-time jobs, we've got people who have kids or other people to care for all across the spectrum, and I just thought it would be really interesting to have a little series all about how different our lives are. So I am on my way to work at the moment. I teach a creative writing class once a week on Wednesday mornings, so it's about 10:15 now, I think, and my class runs from 10:30 till 12:30. It's absolutely fantastic because the class is actually funded by the National Lottery, which means that it's available to everybody basically. The cost is really low to attend, which is what I wanted. I didn't want it to be that only people who had quite a bit of money would be able to come and learn. So it's absolutely perfect. Also, it doesn't start too early, which is great because I'm not a morning person, which is why I have started this vlog this late in the day. I've actually been up since about 8. I've done my Duolingo. I'm learning Italian on there. I've had breakfast. I did a little bit of exercise, took the dogs for a bit of a walk, did a load of washing. What else did I do? Oh, I had a bath, washed my hair, which is still a bit damp because I haven't seen my hairdryer in about 4 months since it started being used to dry the paint on Warhammer figures by at least one of my kids. So that's fun, but it's fine. So I'm going to head that away to the community centre where I run my class, and I will catch up with you guys a little bit later. Hey again, so this is the room that I teach in. I really love it because there's all of these books all around which are for sale. So when I started teaching this class, which I think was about a year and a half ago, I said that I wanted to keep it small. I didn't want to be trying to do crowd management basically. I wanted to keep it no more than 8 people in the class, which works really well. Everybody kind of gets a chance to share about their work if they want to, and they can get plenty of my attention. So today we are going to be, well, we always do like a 5-minute kind of writing exercise. People work on their own stuff as well, whatever they happen to be writing at the moment. I've got a newspaper article that I was wanting to discuss because a Dutch publisher has decided to use AI to translate some of their books into a different language. So I thought that would be quite a cool conversation topic. And then the kind of main thing that we're going to be working on today is talking about what has inspired famous writers to kind of help us to realize that creativity can kind of come to us at any time and from all sorts of different things and places. So I just thought that that would be a really cool discussion. Anyway, it is nearly time and I need to go and get the kettle on because we can't have a writing class without plenty of tea and coffee and biscuits. So bye again for now. Hey, I'm back. So it's a couple of hours later. The plan was for me to film a little bit at home because I did have lunch. I didn't have the lasagna because I'm that good a mother that I let my kids have the lasagna, and I had fish pie, which is objectively a worse lunch. But anyway, yes, I had lunch. I cleaned up, emptied the dishwasher, loaded the dishwasher, put another load of washing on, all that good stuff. Gave the dogs their tablets. Unfortunately, both of our chocolate Labradors are epileptic, which is really bad luck as they're not related to each other. So that really is just bad luck. But anyway, so they've had their tablets. And then I sat down and did a little bit of work. Not a lot of work because I needed to help one of my kids with something. They're home educated, so work is very much kind of broken up by whenever they need me. Anyway, I was going to film something, short story long. I didn't because I'd put the washing on and the dryer and it was just too noisy. And my husband was coming and going because he was doing something on the car, and it was a whole thing. But we're out now. We're taking the dogs down to the river because they like to have a little bit, not really a swim, but more like a paddle in the river. So every day I spend at least an hour walking the dogs. Like, my day's quite broken up. I think you'll notice this is quite a typical day for me in that I have kind of lots of different little things that I need to do, and it's quite broken up. But I do really love walking them, especially on a day like today when it's dry, which, you know, in Wales you can't guarantee it. So yeah, we'll just come out for a while. I do need to keep an eye on the time because one of my boys, he's doing an evening class at the moment, but because we live in very rural Wales, for him to go and do anything like that, it's pretty far away that he has to be driven. So my husband is going to be taking him out, and he's with me now. So I need to make sure that he gets back in time to get himself all sorted and go out, and then hopefully I will get back to writing, because I think I've nearly done 500 words today, which is okay, but I need to do 2,000. I'll talk more about my project when I get back home. Yeah, I need to do 2,000 words, and I've also got a small Fiverr job that I'd quite like to do today. So on Fiverr I offer my services as a book coach, a creative writing instructor, a developmental editor. What else? Oh, and one of the other things I do is that I help people with their blurbs or their synopses, and this guy wants me to help him to rewrite his blurb. So it's quite a small job. It won't take like hours and hours, and I was quite hoping to get that done today, but I don't have to, so we'll kind of see how the writing goes. Anyway, I'm gonna enjoy this walk and again catch up with you later. Hi again. I'm just taking a break from work to do yet more washing. I've been washing the dog beds today, and so the dogs have been very sad because they haven't been able to be as comfortable as usual, but I thought I would take this opportunity of having a couple of minutes while I put their little duvets in their little duvet covers to talk about what I've been doing. So I'm now at about 1,000 words for the day. I had hoped to have more by this point, but it's not the end of the world. I will get more. So yeah, I'm doing NaNoWriMo this month, but I'm not using the website or involving the company at all because of everything that's gone down, and I made a video about that recently, which I will try to remember to link down in the description. But what I am doing is writing the first draft of a new romance, and actually it's going to be the first in a series set in a seaside town in Wales, and I've kind of I haven't planned out the rest of the series, but I definitely have ideas for kind of the female leads in them and sort of their predicaments. So that should be really, really fun. And I'm enjoying writing it at the moment. I'm managing just over 2,000 words a day, which is a lot for me. Look how cute this is. This we bought from IKEA probably almost 20 years ago. We've got a few of them. I think this is the cutest cover, although it's a bit like it's been used for the dogs for a long time now, but it's cute. And yeah, it used to be for the kids on their beds when they were little, when they had like little toddler beds. But now they're used for the dogs, and they're very comfortable for the dogs, so it's all good. Some of them have got bits chewed off the corners from when Hector was a puppy, and got a little chewy with them. But anyway, yeah, so Yeah, I'm managing 2,000 words a day at the moment, which is great because it will mean that if there are a couple of days when I can't write very much, it just kind of gives me that little bit of leeway and grace. And I know we've got our two oldest boys are at university, at different universities, and the oldest one is going to be coming back this weekend for the weekend, which is going to be lovely, and we're hoping to take him and the other boys to go to see our son at the other university, so that will take up most of the day, so perhaps on that day I won't be able to write as much. But what's tending to work really well for me is after I've written my 2,000 odd words, I'm kind of sitting down for 10 minutes or so and I'm planning out what I'm going to write the next day. And yeah, that seems to be making a big difference. So I can actually sit down and I'm not worrying about what I'm going to write because I know that I've got the next chapter or the next chapter and a half or whatever already planned out. So yeah, that's really cool and it's coming together. So yeah, so I'm at over 11,000 now, probably over 11,500 words already, which for still the first week of Nano is completely brilliant, and I'm really pleased with that. I'm also really enjoying this. I've got a couple of friends who go through stages of writing big word counts, and they message me with them as kind of like to tease me, so I'm quite enjoying it being my turn to be messaging them in the evening and being like, oh, so just happened to get another 2k done today, how did you do? It's really good. So I'm going to be cooking dinner in a minute. My son and my husband went off a while ago. My other son, who lives at home, is here, and but he's going to be going out. He's got activities this evening, so we need to eat a little bit earlier. So I'm going to cook for all of us, and then the two that are out will eat when they get back later at like 9 o'clock or something. But the youngest and I will eat together a little bit earlier. So yeah, that'll be good. We're a bit disappointed because we've been watching the Harry Potter films. We watched the first one on Halloween and we've been watching one every evening. But because they're going to be getting back quite late tonight, by the time they've eaten and had a shower and stuff, it's probably going to be too late to start a film. But my youngest is trying to convince me that like 10 p.m. is completely fine to start a film. So I don't know, he'll probably talk me around, he generally does. Speaking of him, I have been given permission to show you this because this is so cool. So he's really, really good at art. And I'm hoping that he'll be able to help me to design some merchandise, which I'm hoping to be able to sell, but it does really need to be kind of writery or readery. But he's also started doing kind of his own drawings that he might use for something that he'll sell himself. And this is what he brought down earlier, this duck. Isn't that just adorable? Imagine that on like a mug or as a print in a kid's room. I just think that's so awesome. And the fact that, I mean, I'm completely like without talent when it comes to any sort of art whatsoever. And so the fact that he just kind of goes upstairs and gets out his watercolours and just produces that and then comes down with it is a constant source of amazement to me. Anyway, I am going to cook now. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to make, to be honest. I have some really nice looking beef mince actually. Yeah, so some kind of beefy sauce probably, and then people can have it with pasta if they want, or like sweet potatoes. And I'll have to see how the salad's looking, or maybe some broccoli. I'll make it up as I go along. It's fine. Yeah, and then the idea is that I will get back to writing some more later, maybe joining in some writing streams on YouTube to kind of help me keep focused. Yeah, it's going to be good. And I still have to see if I can fit in doing that little Fiverr job. But if I don't, it doesn't matter. So I have been working in the dining room, which is this room at the moment, but normally if I'm going to be working after dinner, I like to get comfy on the sofa, wrapped up in blankets and things with a cup of tea. So that is probably the plan for after dinner, and I will see you again in a day. Well, dinner has been consumed, and it was absolutely delicious actually. And the dogs, see there, can you see them? Hector and Paris. Paris there. I don't know if you could see them. Anyway, they're out for their third little walk of today. So they really like Wednesdays because I was just dropping youngest off for his activities. I appreciate that I am 4'11". Actually, I'm lying. I'm 4'10 and a half. And he's a lot taller than me and probably a lot stronger than me. But I still take him down there because it's dark and it's only like 5 minutes from our house, but the dogs like the extra walk anyway. Yeah, so, and it's a nice evening, it's not cold, it's not raining or anything, so it's fine. Anyway, so I'm going to go home now and get some more writing done, maybe join some writing streams like I said, for some motivation. I'm going to make a cup of tea, definitely, have a little bit of chocolate. Yeah, and see if I can get a little bit closer to that elusive 2,000 words a day, because I'm absolutely determined that today is not going to be the day that I fail. Hi, it's about 11 o'clock now. I'm in my spot on the sofa. I've got my cup of tea. It's good. Let me just put it there so I don't spill it. I've got my blanket and I've got my laptop. And my notebook. So yeah, if I'm working of the evening, this is typically where I am, all nice and cozy. So I'm nearly at 2,000 words for the day. It hasn't been that easy today, to be honest. It has been, yeah, they just haven't flowed as well as the last few days, but it's fine. I'm going to get there. So I'm just going to do kind of a last blast for a few minutes, and then I'm going to do that Fiverr job I was talking about. So this isn't really unusual for me necessarily. I tend, as you've seen, I kind of break my day up with a lot of things. I mean, it's only once a week that I do the writing class, but for example, you know, if I do book coaching, that will kind of be a section of my day. You know, if I do editing or, you know, kind of family stuff, teaching the kids, I always make sure, like I say, that I take the dogs for at least one decent walk in the day. That's important to me. And I'm also really enjoying playing tennis. Again, that was something that I used to do when I was little. My dad taught me and I used to love it. And I've been playing that with my kids as well. Didn't have time to do that today. But again, it's stuff that takes up time during the day. But I'm still very aware that I need to fit in a fair amount of work because I do a lot of different things. So I do tend to work usually until at least 11, if it's like a worky evening, but sometimes as late as midnight or 1 a.m. But I don't get up early in the morning because I'm completely rubbish in the morning. So it kind of all evens out. Yeah, so I got those words in. Everybody came back. Basically, I went to go and get the youngest again. And my husband and son number 3 came back and they had their supper. We had a chat and then I was back to work. So yeah, it's a pretty typical day, I would say. You know, people who work 9 to 5, I can see how that would be really nice in a way because you finish work at 5 and then you don't need to think about it again until you go the next day. And that's definitely not what it's like when you work for yourself. But at the same time, I absolutely love the freedom that I have. Quite often, you know, we would just decide it's a lovely day or we just feel like having a day off and we'll go down to the coast or we'll go and have an adventure. And I love being able to do that whenever we want. That means a lot to me. I also love the fact that as a family, we eat all of our meals together. Usually Wednesdays are the exception for the evening where we kind of eat in 2 shifts. But apart from that, usually we manage to eat meals all together, and that's something that's really, really important for me, as in terms of kind of spending time with my family. So it's kind of, you can see how I sort of weave family life, which is absolutely my priority, in with my kind of work life, and just make it work for me. I appreciate that the way I do things would definitely not work for other people, but you know, we're all different. I really hope that you've enjoyed this kind of peek into my life. Please make sure that you check out the rest of the compilation, because I think it is going to be so fun to just see the differences with everybody else who have filmed these day in the life videos, and just how we make writing work for us and we fit it into our lives. I will also make sure that I link to my other vlogs. I've done quite a few day in the life vlogs if you have enjoyed this, so make sure that you check those out as well, and I will catch you in the next one.